The screenwriter who can make Stephen Chow laugh like this when shooting is truly one of a kind. The cover horizontal should also be the first one, right? Everyone is not nervous. I'm an auto mechanic myself. This SPA scares the snail velvet. It's very reasonable. Yeah, 2001. That year, Zhou Xingqi's Shaolin Soccer hit major theaters, bringing not only action and comedy, but also unforgettable behind-the-scenes stories. Many people recall the filming experience of those who laughed frequently on set. Zhou Xingqi only said one sentence, "It's not possible to try." But it looked like exquisite. This was what kept Stephen Chow on set, surrounded by car mechanics who couldn't stop laughing. The audience should be familiar with it. He looks polite on the surface, but in the next second, it fell in the crotch and the wrench came out. How steady the smile is, how cruel the heart is. But what's hard to imagine is that the person who played this classic role isn't a professional actor at all. Instead, he was temporarily caught by Stephen Chow on the set, a screenwriter named Bao Feng. His appearance is ordinary, he writes well, and he looks very gentle. But it's this very ordinariness, combined with his lines, that makes you laugh without knowing why. It's the unexpected, the flip-flop moments, that make people burst out laughing. So when it was time to actually shoot, he had a smile on his face and started saying serious nonsense. Across from him, Stephen Chow couldn't help but crack up several times. In the end, they had to use only the takes where he was barely keeping a straight face. It's not that Stephen Chow wasn't watching him laugh, it's that he truly couldn't help it. Haha, you really can't help laughing. Which one is it? It's not worth taking a picture. Feng is so gentle, but that only lasts until the game starts. Once they officially start playing football, his true nature as a car mechanic is exposed. Even after Big Brother had gone to white to surrender, he also took off his pants, put it on his head, and humiliated him in public. Look at how old he is and how many dogs he looks like. You have no dignity. I don't want to see you again. Quickly catch him and get up. It's a huge contrast, perfectly explaining the phrase, Sven Scum, a gentleman on the outside, but a scoundrel at heart. It makes the audience angry and hate him. In fact, this isn't even the first time Feng played this kind of role. He first appeared in Stephen Chow's King of Comedy, playing Lu Piapiao's first love boyfriend. Although he looked suave at first, he turned out to be a fraud. Not only did he deceive her feelings, he also forced her to become a dancer to make money. John Menglan, you raised me again. If you don't want to be a mother and daughter, I have money. I don't have the money to support you. Just a few short lines, they're out for less than a minute, and yet the scumbag image was perfectly portrayed. The audience gnashed their teeth with hatred. But the more people hated Feng, the clearer it became, his acting was really good. After these two successful performances, Zhou Xingqi insisted on casting him again in Kung Fu. But this time, Feng hesitated, because he had already played the villain twice, and received a lot of criticism from the audience. So Stephen Chow made him a promise, he would just play an ordinary white-collar worker, and could write the script himself. Only then did Feng agree. Maybe out of a spirit of revenge, he wrote himself a character who gets beaten up. In Stephen Chow's scene, the polite office worker is suddenly provoked by punks and instantly revealed. You don't have to be soft. It seems that this gentleman is interested in people who wear glasses. There is a deep prejudice. Yes, especially the gold glasses. Do you accept it or not? Do you accept it or not? As a clerk, the character's behavior flips in seconds. I hit him without looking hard at me. Such a big contrast in just a few seconds, the audience was shocked. Many people joked, this is the mental state of migrant workers today. After Kung Fu, the cover character fully exploded in popularity. He later appeared in CJ7 and Journey to the West, Conquering the Demons. As a screenwriter, he added his own touches to many roles. For example, teacher Shirley Yan in CJ7, who doesn't move but pulls his pants up to his chest. That was his idea. A small gesture that adds depth and humor to the character. Unfortunately, after leaving Stephen Chow's movies, Phong Minh-hung's opportunities to appear on screen dwindled. Eventually, he faded out of the spotlight. But he remains an excellent screenwriter, now working behind the scenes and still making solid progress in the film and television industry. I don't know how to explain it, it's all about handwriting. My interest is so strong that I must do it. If I don't do it, I will regret it. Certainly. The screenwriter who appeared in Stephen Chow's movies, Phong Minh-hung, is not the only one. In Shaolin Soccer, there were actually two more hidden screenwriters. One of them is Lin Zietsom, who played the persistent sixth junior brother obsessed with raw eggs. Lin Zietsom started out as a screenwriter. At first, he never imagined he'd act. But the day before filming started, Stephen Chow suddenly told him to prepare for a role. I was a screenwriter when I first came in. It's all about writing scripts. I don't know how to solve it, but I finally changed it to be an actor. He recalls how on the last night, at 12 a.m., they told him, "You start work at 6 a.m. He initially refused, believing he had no acting talent. But Stephen Chow said to him, as a director, "I'm not afraid of you acting badly. What are you afraid of?" And with that, Lin Zietsom agreed. From then on, he embarked on the road of being a beloved supporting actor. The third screenwriter hidden in Shaolin Soccer is Gu Dezhao, who had worked with Stephen Chow for many years. Many might not realize that the captain of the team that lost 0-40 was actually the same actor who played with Tang Bohu in Flirting Scholar. Gu Dezhao, too, transitioned from screenwriter to actor thanks to Stephen Chow. During filming, he often shared ideas that got woven into the script. One day, when they lacked an actor for a new scene, Chow simply told him to act it himself. "You came up with it, you play it." Whether it's Cookery Lee, Tang Nyo, or later cameos, Gu Dezhao left a strong impression. He became a staple of Stephen Chow's creative team. But what people may not know is that among all the writers, the most important screenwriter on set is always Stephen Chow himself. From the synopsis to every line, he's involved in everything. Take Shaolin Soccer for example. There's a line, "No, it's not a shot." That line sums up Chow's entire filmmaking philosophy. A good movie isn't something made casually, it has to be polished and revised again and again. Even under immense pressure, Chow insisted on reshoots and rewrites. According to Tian Chi-wen, who played the third brother, the original version of Shaolin Soccer was very different, with darker backstories for the characters. But Stephen Chow scrapped all of it. He believed that people who practice kung fu should not use it for bad deeds, even when they're poor. If only for comic effect, it leaves a bad impression on the child's heart. That kind of movie isn't a real success. That sense of social responsibility is what makes Stephen Chow's films unique. Behind the wild humor, there's always something deeper, a message that lingers long after the laughter fades. That's why even films like CJ7 or The Mermaid, while not as critically acclaimed, still left a lasting impression. In this age of pure entertainment, maybe only Stephen Chow manages to both entertain and make people think. Alright, the above is the entire content of this video. Thanks for watching, see you next time.